Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
The boys of Yam House singing our theme song. You can find their music wherever you find music. Sam Goody. That's close, isn't it? It is. I'm old. Welcome back. Travel's picking back up, and hopefully it stays that way. Here to talk about where you should be going. Welcome back to the show. He's family, and now he has a family. Our thrifty traveler, Jared Kamrowski. Hi, Jared.
Hey, great to see you, Jason.
Well, I want to start off right away because you are a member of our Jason Show family. Congratulations on your family. You and your beautiful wife had a baby.
We did. Thank you.
How is it, if I may ask? How's fatherhood, my friend?
And there's a lot of family out there. It's a lot of work. And I think I underestimated it.
Oh, Jared, yes. Well,
I miss the sleep.
You speak for a lot of parents watching right now. Okay, there's a lot going on. That's why I love when you come on, because we're a goofy show, but sometimes we help people. There's a big merger being talked about. Frontier and Spirit, two low-cost airlines. What does this mean? I call everyone watching Betty from Anoka. What does this mean for Betty from Anoka?
Yeah, so, Betty might never fly Spirit or Frontier, but the big thing that she needs to know is that flight prices on some routes, now that there's going to be one less airline competing, might get more expensive. She might fly Delta all the time, but now that there's one less, competitor on, the Chicago or Denver route, flight prices on Delta might get a little bit more expensive.
Let me just speak rather bluntly. We know with these low-cost carriers, because it is low cost, you don't get all the bells and whistles of, and by design, the other airlines. In your professional opinion, do you think the merging of these two low-cost airlines, is it going to benefit us as consumers, Jared, in the long run?
No, absolutely not. The only ones that have been
don't hold back, Jared. Go ahead, just let it rip.
Shareholders. I always have a saying, and it's friends don't let friends fly Spirit. There's no question. I mean, we are Thrifty Traveler, and we're all about traveling on the cheap. But the price difference between flying Spirit versus flying Delta isn't that much difference, and the quality and the risk of cancellation and all these other things. It's just so much less by, trying to fly one of the big carriers like American, United, or even Sun Country or Delta, versus avoiding Spirit or Frontier.
Yeah. Australia opening back up. As I said, the reason there's so many headlines. What does it mean? Australia's opening up, but is it going to be easy to travel there?
Yeah, so Australia is opening up next week, which is crazy. If you had asked me even a month ago, when did I think Australia was going to open? I'd say maybe fall, and I'd be ecstatic if that happened. So the world is for sure starting to open up more and more and more, which is so exciting. So the next kind of big thing that we all are looking at for international travel is seeing the US government remove the requirement for COVID testing to return to the United States, which is a huge hurdle for people because, no US citizens want to be stuck abroad with a positive COVID test.
Well, this will make all of you happy watching. Here's the headline on my card here: dirt cheap to Europe. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so domestic airline flight pricing over the last couple of months has started to creep higher and higher and higher. But right now we are seeing incredibly cheap fares to Europe from almost everywhere in the United States to almost everywhere in Europe. Whether you're going from even Duluth, Fargo, Rochester, Bemidji. I mean, we're seeing cheap flight pricing, and of course from MSP as well. In the 300s, 400s, and 500s to almost everywhere in Europe through May, and even some this fall, which is incredibly cheap in comparison to normal flight pricing around $1,000.
Why, Jared? I don't mean to put you on this. Why?
Yeah, it's a great question. So airlines are selling tons of domestic tickets, but right now demand is still soft, flying to Europe, and the airlines are putting more and more aircraft on those European routes because I'm going to be honest with you, travel this summer is going to explode to Europe once we see the reduction in, all those requirements to travel people want to get those bucket list, trips in. So they have all these aircraft lined up to fly, this summer and fall, but demand's not there just yet. So price is one of those things where they can drop the price, $100, $200 and get butts in those seats.
Okay, everyone come back to the TV, grab your pen and paper, because every time Jared's here, he gives us the best deals. Take it away, my friend.
All right, so I got some domestic flights. So domestic flights are starting to creep up. We did see like $90 nonstop round trip on Delta, but they're creeping up a little bit. So all these are in around 130. Denver, Las Vegas, Phoenix, and Miami through May. So April and May primarily. And then we're seeing Charleston, which is a newer nonstop route from April through June. That's one I'm definitely a big fan of, Charleston, South Carolina, which a lot of people love. And then the international ones, the biggest one, the cheapest one right now is Minneapolis to St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands from September through November. So this is a fall trip. So it's on American with one stop, but it's a main cabin fare. So it's not basic economy like some of the other fares I was just talking about. So really cheap at $221. Those Europe fares, again, throw a dart at Europe, wherever you want to go, Dublin, Athens, Rome, around $440 through May. And then Punta Cana, another one through April, $329 nonstop round trip on Delta. So there's still deals to be had, but definitely start booking because prices are going to be going up.
And Thrifty helped me because you guys know I got back from Hawaii, and the best tip was let me tell you, if you're flying to Hawaii, if you can fly Delta and United, they have a program which will save you time once you land, because in Hawaii, once you land, you kind of have to go through customs in a way, but it's called safe travel, right, Jared? And if you fly Delta and United, many of the major airports, you go through that at the departing airport instead of when you land. Is that still going on, Jared?
I do believe so, yeah. It definitely makes it a little bit easier. And Hawaiian travel, everybody wants to go to Hawaii.
Yeah, I saw 14,000 Minnesotans there in January. My friend, thank you. And again, from all of us, congratulations.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, buddy. Now, for more information on all of these, the deals. You want these deals? Go to thriftytraveler.com, and we will be posting this segment on our Facebook page a little bit later. Skajoring and more when we return. thriftytraveler.com.